So everybody should be seeing my screen. I just did a screen share, excuse me. If you cannot, just unmute and let me know. Okay, great. Okay, so as Kathy mentioned, I am going to walk through how you're going to access the event and access your booth on event day, which is, of course, very important. This manual will be sent out to you, so you will have this manual on the day of, so you can actually follow it to make sure you get on without any issues or such. And as well, you will have my phone number just in case you do have issues, and I give you another our tech number as well. But again, this guide will help you access and navigate everything on live day. Okay, so I'm going to move down to page 2. So number 1, the way you're going to access the event is via our landing page, the event landing page. And I've included that link here for your easy reference, where you can just click on this link and it'll take you to our landing page for the event. And I just put here that we recommend that you use either Chrome, Safari, or Firefox for the best performance. Now, once you get onto your landing page, at the top you will see a login button, and as well as in the middle, login, access the virtual event. You will enter your email and your password. The email and of course your password, they are the same credentials you use to access your booth to set it up. Now, once you enter the event, you're actually going to enter our lobby. Now, the lobby is not going to look like this. This is basically just an example of a lobby. But our lobby is we are waiting for the big reveal of the lobby for you guys. But it will be in our branding with our banners and such. But within the lobby, you will see an exhibit hall, and these words will be links. So if you want to access the exhibit hall, you would just click on exhibit hall. Right now in this sample lobby, it just have hall. Ours is going to say exhibit hall. We will also have an information desk, and we have an auditorium / workshops in which you can click on to access those different rooms. So that'll take you from this lobby into the exhibit hall or into the auditorium where the workshops are going to be. So you can click on the links that's going to be within the lobby, as well as click on the links. There's also going to be a navigation bar at the top of your screen that looks like this, similar. And you can also navigate throughout the platform from these navigation links as well. So there'll be a lobby, exhibit hall. The video vault is where we're going to have, so all the videos that get uploaded to the exhibit booths can easily also be accessible through this video vault. There's going to be the swag bag. So when people go into your booth and they want to download a document or a brochure from your booth, it goes into their swag bag. Additionally, the auditorium can be accessed from this link, from this navigation as well, and the info desk and the networking. So the networking is basically a public chat room. So anybody that's attending the event can actually enter this networking chat room. So this is also going to be accessible to you guys through your booth. So you'll be able to see the public chat as well as see the people that's in your booth, and be able to initiate people in the public chat, and as well as initiate conversations one-on-ones with people that's in your booth. And I go a little bit more in detail further down this guide. Okay, so once you click on the exhibit hall, you will actually go into the exhibit hall. And you will see your booths. I have a couple of the booths up here as examples. And again, we don't have our avatars, and this is not our background. I was trying to get it as realistic as possible so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. So when you enter your booth, the exhibit hall, excuse me, you'll see the first set of row of exhibitors, and people will stroll through the exhibit hall. So they are strolled to the right. Additionally, they can access booths by clicking this exhibitor's index. That's going to be a listing on the side. So they can click from here as well as stroll through this hall. Through the strolling exhibit hall is what we call it. Now, once you guys enter the lobby, then enter into the exhibit hall, you're going to click on your booth. And this is where you're going to be able to chat with the people who's going, or man your booth, so to speak. You'll be able to chat with the people who's visiting your booth and initiate one-on-ones, your video one-on-ones, or you can chat to them, text chat with them via your site. So once a person clicks into your booth, of course they'll see your content links, your videos, if you have documents here, and your description below. Now, everybody will have this chat right here, this chat feature. And that's what I'm going to go into next. As I mentioned before, there is a public chat that you're able to engage in, as well as the private chat that's in your booth. Now, let me go back up here. This navigation bar is what I showed you previously. I just want to pop back up here so you can see it. So how you can access it from the lobby. When people are in the exhibit hall, they're going to be able to access it as well. So you can access it. This navigation bar is literally throughout the platform. Now, this is what I put here. So for your public chat, the chat one for a specific booth can also be entered by visiting the booth and clicking on the chat button. So again, once a person enters your booth, they can click this chat room. You will already be on, and they'll be able to see if you put your name, in that step 5 when you were setting up your booth, they will be able to see that you're online. Now, this middle section is going to be where you're able to see the public chat. So you'll be able to see all the users who's at the event, as well as anybody who have entered this public chat room, you will be able to see everybody chatting, and you can, of course, put your message in there as well. Additionally, you can engage or speak one-on-one with anybody that's online by just highlighting their name. And then once you highlight it, and a chat now button, which I show you below, will pop up, and you can initiate a one-on-one chat with them. Now, over here to the right are the people who's actually visiting your booth. And that's, again, I'm going to scroll down to initiate a private chat with the people who are visiting your booth. You'll just hover over their name, and you will have this chat now button pop up, and that will initiate if you want a video chat or just a regular text chat with them online. So I'm going to ask if anybody have any questions, because that is pretty much everything of how to engage with your audience in the public chat room, as well as the chat room that are, I guess, engaging with people who are actually visiting your booth. So if anybody have any questions, or if you want me just to kind of touch back over that again, just let me know. You can unmute yourselves. This is a pretty kind of casual thing. I really want you guys to make sure you understand this and feel comfortable. No questions? Wow.
I actually have a question.
Sure.
Will this be accessible before the day of the event? Okay.
Absolutely. You're talking about the guide?
The guide and just like a trial login to see things, or if not, that's okay.
I mean, you can go on to your actual booth, but
Mhm.
the site won't go live until the day of.
Okay.
So, so actually, it starts at noon, but you can go on earlier, you know,
Okay.
to kind of log in and get yourself adjusted and such.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. What's the deadline for submitting the final design for your booth?
Kathy, are we sticking? It's the 2 days prior, right?
Today.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be last Friday,
Okay.
and then we extended it to today. So if you could get it to us within the next day or two, that would really be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Will do. Thank you.
And who was that was just asking that? I'm sorry.
Sorry, this is Bianca from the Joy Collective.
Okay, Bianca, perfect.
I have a quick
Anybody?
question.
Sure.
Yeah. So we have multiple people that are checking into or like coming to the booth and want to chat, but there's only 2 of us that are working the booth. How does that work? Do we just try and approach whoever's first that we see in the chat, for our private booth section, and we just kind of go down, the line, or how does that
That's
work?
correct. That's absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Anybody else have any questions? Take your time. And again, this will be sent out, and you'll have of course, my email address, Kathy's email, if you have any questions about how this is going to operate the day of.
I do want to ask about the chatting feature. I know that a chat alone is kind of a preset section that you guys plug in there, and then there is when you have like a team member, the chat timings is only if we put in like a Zoom link with specific times of availability. Or am I thinking about
You're
something totally
saying,
different?
well, you're talking about if you want to set a time for one-on-one?
Yeah, I know one of the options was to like add team members, which basically will let people know when someone's right there available in those different slots. So that is a little bit different than the automatic chat that is on the navigation bar.
Okay, so I think I understand your question. So the one that's on the navigation bar, the networking, is just the public chat. But you can still initiate one-on-ones. I think I'm understanding or trying to clarify. Let me know if I'm not. But you can initiate conversations in the public chat, just as you can initiate, of course, those private one-on-ones with the users that you see online that's in your booth, that's visiting your booth. Is that clarifying? I'm not sure if I answered your question.
Yes and no. So
Okay.
there was the chat that's always there on that navigation bar when I was setting it up. But then it said
that's
when
in
you
your
add
booth? In your booth? You're talking about the chat that's in your booth?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
But then I know there's a section where you can add a team member and then you put in the Zoom link and the different times of availability. So that will there be those? It looks like there's 2 chat buttons that would be on the navigation bar.
No, the Zoom link, are you confusing this with the workshops? Because the Zoom link and in the chat feature, we don't add a Zoom link in the chat feature. I mean, you can add your own Zoom link if you want, like if you want it, you know, on your navigation bar and want to do a demonstration or whatever, you know, through your Zoom, but we don't control that at all. That is your Zoom and you will have to control it and such. We are only offering the chat, but you can, through our chat, you can set up video one-on-one. Is that the question? Maybe that's what it is. Okay, yes.
That's what you were asking. Yes, I just asked it in a roundabout way.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah. I guess the Zoom threw me off. It's not really Zoom. It's just a platform video. That's, you know, it's like a Zoom where you can converse with back and forth with people on one-on-one.
So how would you do that with doing the video with the chat? How would you do that part?
Sure. And you know, I may add, what I do is add that to this little to our little manual, but you would again just select chat now, and you will have the option of, do you want video or chat?
Okay, and then it would just basically
so
turn the cameras on to video in. Okay.
Exactly. I actually have it here, but maybe I can see if I can get a screenshot of it. But to initiate the audio video chat, click on the small gear icon at the top of the private chat pop out, and there you will see the option to start the audio video chat. And I see, let me see if I can get a screenshot just so you guys are comfortable.
And is the booth open the entire time, or are there certain periods of the day where the booth is open and then there's workshops that are, you know, happening?
No, it's open the whole time.
Yeah,
Whole time.
yeah, the entire time.
The workshops are on demand.
Okay.
So what will happen is when you go into the workshop area, you will see all of the workshops listed. And through that time period of 12 to 5, you can go in and look at, those videos will be available for them to look at on demand. So it's not a specific time that the workshop will be taking place.
Okay.
All of the videos will be loaded into the platform and they can look at them whenever they would want.
Okay, thank you.
And then in addition to that, the platform, as I know Kathy's mentioned, will be open 30 days. So people can still go on and register and go into the auditorium. There's nothing live you know, obviously we only have the one live day, but they will be able to access your on-demand workshops still for the 30 days, as well as visit your booth. Any other questions? Okay, I'm going to hand it back over to Kathy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mary. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from my perspective from anyone? Everybody's good?
So, if I understood right, we have up until today to, if we need to make any edits or changes to our booth? Or
Mary, what is you're saying, Irene, you've already submitted your booth and now you want to make some modifications?
yes, if I want to add like an admin or change a link or something, right? Still do that.
Mary, what's the deadline on that?
So the deadline would be 2 days prior. So the end of day on the 17th.
Okay, if everybody clear? Okay, so let's make sure we're clear. I need if you have not submitted your booth yet, I need that by Thursday. If you have submitted your booth, but you want to make a modification to your booth, you have up until the 17th of September to make any modifications. Everybody good on that?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the 16th. Apologize, it's 2 days prior. So that would be the end of day of the 16th.
16th, okay, to make any changes. Everybody good?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. All right. We are available. Everybody has my email and my phone number. Mary is certainly accessible as well. If you don't have her information and you have a technical question, just let me know and I'll direct you to Mary because she's best equipped to answer any technical questions as it relates to setting up your booth, the functioning of your booth, so forth and so on. So we are here for you if you need us. And if there's nothing further, I appreciate you all taking the time.
Kathy,
Yes, go ahead.
I have one question. Mary, you mentioned that we would log into this side with the credentials we did for setting up our booth.
Yeah.
What if you were just received a link to set and took you right into the setup? You didn't have a password. Where would we
Okay, you should have, it didn't have you set up a password?
I don't remember that it did. It just
Okay.
went to the link.
Yeah, it's set up where you create your password, but I go in and have it resent to you. Who's speaking? So I can
This
make
is
sure.
April. I can
April?
go back and see if pull up the link and look at that way. I just thought it was a separate email with a password submitted.
There should have been a separate email.
Okay.
When there's like two emails. One, well, after you when you're setting up your booth, it takes you in, but it generates your username and then you create your password. And when you get your confirmation, you should have gotten two emails. One of them is confirming, your look up your booth, and the other one actually gives you your username and password.
Okay, I'll go back and look. Thank you.
What about for the team members
sorry?
logging in? I'm sorry, this is Tiffany. What about for the team members logging in to the booth? Well, because I can't remember for the admin, do they have their own email and password as well?
Yes, that's correct. So you would put that in, make sure you put that in your, that section where you're putting your booth representatives.
Yes. Okay.
And then they would receive the credentials as well, right?
Right.
Okay.
Because everybody has to access it through this login with the email and password.
Right.
And it looks like LaShawn have so if you don't, April, if you can't find it, LaShawn has it and we can have it resent if needed.
Yeah, I can forward that over to you. I do see your, I did receive the email with your username and password. This is for April Davis, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can forward that to you.
Thank you so much, LaShawn. I appreciate you.
This is Kanya Ford, and I know for mine that the company that you guys are working through has my email address wrong. So anything that should be coming through will not come to me at all.
Oh,
so I don't know if that needs to be corrected with the company.
Yes. Are you able to send me your email to mary@breasiaproductions.com, or send it to Kathy, since you already probably have Kathy's email, and Kathy can make sure I get it so we can get that updated. Uh-oh, kind of going out a little bit.
Tanya?
Yeah, I'll just respond to this from my email. It has Kathy.
Okay, and then I'll forward it on to Mary.
Okay, yes, so
Mary,
we can make sure she's set up correctly with her email.
Right.
Anybody else have any questions, concerns, anything?
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And again, if you need anything at all, please let us know. We appreciate you. We thank you for participating in the Ubiquitous virtual event, and we're just really excited about it. We think it's going to be a great time for everybody. So thanks again.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.